Is it worth your time to sell it on eBay? I can't even tell you how many times I have wasted a whole afternoon on $5 items because I thought they were fun. I was like, oh, they're a quarter and I can sell them for $5. I know that trap all too well. This is going to prevent you from doing the very same thing. You will know what your time is worth and when to buy an item and when to pass on it because it's not worth your time. Hey, what's up? I am Debbie Baldwin. This is Whozits and Whatzits, the channel that's dedicated to teaching you what you can find to make mad cash on eBay. Treasures galore that are gonna make you more. So be sure to subscribe and come back often and watch these videos so that you know what to look for to flip and sell and make mad cash on eBay. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. This system is going to totally change your eBay selling experience. I'm telling you. This is going to be a life changer or a game changer. Maybe not a life changer, but. Okay, the very first thing I need you to do is go ahead and grab a piece of paper and a pen, or I made these worksheets for you actually, and I linked it down below. So you can go click on that link, pull it up, print it out, and do this exercise with me on the worksheet, or you can just do it on a piece of paper for now and do the worksheet later. But anyway, it's there for you. So go ahead and do that right now. And now I want you to ask yourself, how much money do I want to make a year? And you're going to write that down. Now, if you're looking at the worksheet, I want you to start in the realistic income column, and I'll explain the dreamer income later. But for now, we're going to do the realistic, and I want you to write that down in the yearly spot. And then I want you to go ahead and divide that by 12 and write it in that little spot right there. Then we're going to move that down. That's your monthly. And then we're going to figure out your weekly, but we're going to do that by taking the yearly again instead of the monthly, because there's not always 4 weeks in a month. So I like to take the yearly and divide that by 52 because there's 52 weeks in a year, and it just makes it a little more accurate. Then I take that number and I put it in the weekly spot. Then I divide that by 7, and then you have your daily figure. Now, your daily figure is not something we're going to work with in the system right now. I want you to have that figure though, because that's going to be a benchmark for you to check your daily sales and go, I know I need to make this at least this much a day. But that's not really going to be part of our system. That's just a little benchmark for you, and I like you to have that figure. But for now, we're going to go with the weekly amount, and we're going to use that for the next part of the program. Okay, now you're going to ask yourself, how many days a week do I want to work? How many hours a day do I want to work? Then I want you to take those numbers and multiply them. That's your total for the week. Listen, I am not going to shame you here, okay? Because the truth is, I fully believe in the 4-hour work week. Hello, Tim Ferriss. I love his system. So no shame in my game. I don't want to work that much. I would just rather work a 4-hour week, wouldn't you? So dream big. Don't put yourself down or feel weird or bad if you just want to work a few hours a week. There is no shame in that game. Okay, so I want you to go back up where you wrote down your weekly sales, okay? How much you're going to make in a week. Write that down, divide it by the amount of hours you're going to work that week, and ta-da! You have arrived at your hourly rate. Now, I want you to do this both ways. I want you to do it for your realistic income, and then I want you to do it again for your dream income. Okay, because one thing I have learned from doing this eBay thing is that when you think something is impossible and that's like this big pie in the sky dream, when you really see the numbers broken down with this system, sometimes the impossible doesn't seem that impossible, and it gets kind of exciting. So I really want you to dig deep, be unrealistic, dream, and do it. Well, I guess do both. Be realistic and then be unrealistic, okay? And do the exercise twice. Trust me, you're gonna thank me once you do this. Okay, so now that we know your hourly rate, what does that mean? So basically, 1 hour is going to be equal to 1 listing. So 1 listing should take you an hour. Now, when I say it should take you an hour, I don't mean it should take you an hour to list. Okay. I mean, if you sat down and figured out all of the time that you're putting into that one listing, that means the time it took to buy it, the time that it took to prepare it, the time that it took to take photos of it, the time that it took to list it, to ship it, and to do customer service emails on it. If you add all that together, that should come out to about an hour. So when you're thinking of your listings, you're thinking 1 hour equals one listing. Make sense? Now that we know your hourly rates, and now that we know how many hours you're going to work in a day and in a week, we can easily figure out what your plan is going to be, your master plan, if you will. So let's say you decided you're going to work 4 hours a day, 5 times a week. That's 20 hours total. And that's 20 hours a week, obviously. So you can break it down into weeks and days, but that means per day, you need to list at least 4 items a day. So you're going to basically just go with the amount of hours that you work in the day is the same amount of items you need to list in a day. And the same with the week. So if you're working 20 hours a week, you need to have 20 listings per week. That just kind of helps you too, because if you don't hit your 4 limit for the day, one day because it got, something happened, the kid got sick or something like that, you can add it in the next day. So that's why it helps to know your weekly goal and your daily goal. So like you might list 3 today and then make it up the next day and do 5. So I'm just saying, as long as it averages out to 4 a day in this example, you're good to go. And I would go up to even double. So, and not everything's going to sell. So you could cushion it. And by the way, just even make more. So you could up to double it. So if you're working 4 hours a day, I would say you could list 4 items up to 8 items. It just kind of gives you a little bit of a range there and a little bit of extra just in case those 4 don't sell. What about multiples? Basically, it's the same principle. So your multiples, let's say if there's 10 of an item, then you just take your hourly rate divided by the 10 items, and that's the amount they need to, you need to profit on each item in order to go ahead and purchase it. So it really is the same formula. You just need to divide it by however many multiples you have. Does that make sense? Okay, so now putting it into your game plan or your master plan, you are going to work this many days a week. You're going to list at least this many items per day or this many items per week. You know that each listing needs to profit at least this much, and that you should be bringing in at least this much in sales per day on eBay. And that's kind of where that daily figure comes in that I talked about at the beginning of the video. I just like to have that as a benchmark so that you can kind of go in and check and see what your sales are on the daily. But it really had nothing to do with the system, like I said. But this is your master plan. And it's so easy to implement because now when you're shopping, hey, if it's not worth at least your hourly rate, you're going to pass. And you're not going to buy it because it's a waste of your time. I understand the temptation is there. When you're at a garage sale, when you're at a thrift store, you see something for 50 cents. You look it up and it's like, hey, that's worth $10. I should totally buy that because what a rate of return, right? Like percentage wise, yeah, that's great. That's great. But if I spend all of my time listing those $10 items, I'm only making $10. Well, I'm probably not even $10, like $9.50, plus you have to figure in all your fees and all this stuff. By the time it's all said and done, I'm making minimum wage. I mean, you just see 50 cents, I can make $10, boom, I should buy it. But that is why this exercise is going to be so crucial for you, and it's going to change your life. And it's really going to make your eBay business super successful. And you are not going to become a hoarder. It'll help you not become a hoarder. I know that problem as well. I'm going to go ahead and put this disclaimer out there. I know I'm not the end all be all. I'm not some mathematical genius or guru or anything like that. This is just a system that helps me, and I just thought I would share it and help you. And there might be a better way out there. That's perfectly fine. This is just my way of doing it. And but I would still, if you have a better way and you've got some tips, and if I make a mistake, and feel free to point it out and let me know your tips. I probably just opened up like a really big can of worms by saying that, but Pandora's box. Okay, so you know what to do. Go ahead and click subscribe, like this video, leave a comment below if you have any questions. Be sure to keep coming back, guys. I really, really enjoy teaching you how to do this eBay thing because it is a fantastic life. It's a fantastic life. I love it. So come back and do this eBay thing with me. Okay?